All right, and we are live. Welcome to Vlogcast number 13. I am your host, I guess, Pizzal. And joining me tonight is the great Rambo Raff. How's it going, Rambo?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, sir. Always a pleasure. Also with me is Cameron from Obnoxious and Anonymous. How you doing, buddy?
Down with YouTube. Even though we're broadcasting on YouTube.
Yeah. And with me as well is Jay the Stingray. How you doing, Stingray?
What's going on, guys? Good to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And yeah, we've not done a vlogcast in a while. I think the last vlogcast we did, we were talking about Game of Thrones. It was me and Stingray and Eric. So it's been a little while. And anyway, we're going to cover a number of topics tonight, including the Joker origin story movie that was just recently announced. And even though Cole, our resident comic book expert, can't be here tonight, he kind of left us a little diatribe that we can read to you guys later when that topic comes up. And we're also going to talk about Joss Whedon reportedly being a hypocrite, according to his ex-wife, as well as the YouTube ad-friendly Fiasco and all of the fallout from that mess. But let me ask you guys, how have you been? Have you seen any good movies lately?
That answers it.
Silence answers it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you mean newer movies or older movies or
anything that's good? Anything that's good.
Yeah, I've been seeing quite a few. I've had at least on the weekends. Been watching a couple movies. Some bad ones like Zone of the Dead with Ken Foray, which is really bad. It's like the first Serbian zombie film with Ken Foray, and it sounds as good as it's as good as it sounds. So, also we watched Black Rain. That's a great movie. Ridley Scott. Mm-hmm. Ridley Scott was good, and not doing suicide career-wise, alien coming shit. When he made good movies like Black Rain, so watch that again.
He was able to make Michael Douglas into a badass in that movie.
It's true. That's true.
Very true.
I hate to cut you off, Rambo, but we have just been joined by a living legend. An absolute, the mystique that surrounds this man is as thick as the London fog in a Hammer movie. Orc, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing good, fam. How you doing? Let's talk a little Joker. Wait for it. Who is better, Nicholson or Ledger? Who's guys prefer? What do you guys want in your Starbucks? Oh, sorry, too much.
Okay.
Everyone talks about The Dark Knight. It's a great fucking movie. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm sorry I barged in and said stupid shit like I always do. The Patriot was his best movie. Patriot, all day long. I don't care what it is.
Oh, Heath Ledger. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. How are you, Orc? How's the health?
Yeah.
Shitty as always. We're moving on, but people have missing arms and legs and or can't afford food, so I can't complain too much. I have goldfish. So we're good, fam, for now.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
Good to hear. Good to have you with us.
Look at Jay.
I know Jay is like a close-up. Jay has missed you so much, Orc. He's practically climbing into his computer screen.
Either that or the Blair Witch is after him.
That could be it.
Jay memes a lot, man. You got the forehead cam right now. It's not as awesome as the ceiling fan, but
I can give you that too. Hold on. What?
So hey, Jay the Stingray, I heard you did a movie back in 1987, and how's working on that movie like?
It was pretty good.
What movie did you work on? Mommy Dearest? Look at those coat hangers.
Okay, so yeah.
Orc,
So
let me ask you a question. Have you seen any good movies lately, Orc?
I've been watching documentaries. Um,
Like what?
not too many movies. Shit, I have to check my letterbox. What did I watch? I watched The Art Life, David Lynch. Very interesting look. How like he was basically like broke as fuck, and then he got the grant from the film award thing, and that's how like he made his big break through Eraserhead. And I never knew that. That was a good movie. If I have any funds available, I'll pick it up when it comes out in September. But I watched that. I watched something else, but I've been getting hyped for football. Yeah, watching like Hard Knocks on HBO. Good stuff.
I miss Hard Knocks.
It's on right now. I mean, if you have any way of getting HBO, there's going to be 5 episodes and there's 3 right now.
What team are they on this year?
Tampa Bay. it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like, Jameis, complete the fucking pass, and then at the end of the episode, they're like, oh, sorry, man, your bone's popping out of your leg, and we know you gave you a $100,000 signing bonus, but we're gonna have to let you go. Sorry. And it's just like it's the most cutthroat like business side of like football, and you're just like, oh my god, like some guy who's busted his ass since he was like 8 years old. That's nuts.
Yeah. I used to love Hard Knocks, man. I've not seen it in a while, but I loved it. It was great. It's great.
My wife and I started watching Glow last night on Netflix. It's a pretty entertaining little show.
Is it good? Good.
Yeah.
I've not.
It's a good show.
My TV has been completely dead if it's not been playing a Blu-ray or like a video game lately. It's just been dark.
No Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, yep. But I stream Game of Thrones, so I mean it's not really cable or satellite. But I mean my television, I'm totally detached from television at this point. It's weird, and there were so many movies I wanted that were on my list to check out. Dunkirk and freaking there were so many I've forgotten them by now. The summer's just gotten away from me, and all these movies I wanted to see are going to be on Blu-ray pretty soon, and hopefully I can catch them then. But yeah.
There's before it disappears, I just want to read this great quote from the live chat. Mr. McNugget says, "Would it be advertiser friendly on YouTube if someone just sat in front of a camera and ate raw stalks of celery? I've been thinking of making that a focus of a channel."
It would be flagged. It would probably be flagged, I'm sure.
That's the other thing. I know we're talking about a few topics tonight, but like Amazon just seems so much better as a parent company owning Twitch, even though it's live streaming compared to videos. But like Google, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're making like Oreo Android versions and shit, and then they're just like, oh well, if you don't got like fucking 5 billion subscribers on YouTube, go fuck yourself.
Let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and let's just cut to the heart of the matter. Enough of this pussyfooting around, and this video has been flagged. This video is not ad friendly now.
Yeah, enough of this ball honking, ball spitting, whatever non-curse word I can't say.
Exactly. So let's just
advertiser friendly. Dang it.
Let's cut straight to the chase, and let's talk about the YouTube ad friendly fiasco that all started with PewDiePie, and God, I would like to pound in his Swedish face. No, but of course, the whole thing with PewDiePie that got blown incredibly out of proportion, and it turned into new media trying to destroy, or old media trying to destroy new media, print media trying to destroy YouTube, and YouTube's advertisers bailed because they were afraid that their ads for Pepsi and Tampax and Dentine were being shown before hateful content. And so they pulled out and they left YouTube, which according to Google, YouTube does not make any money for them. YouTube is not a revenue generating thing. So
I think that's the biggest crock of bullshit in this whole deal is them saying that.
According to them, YouTube does not make them a profit. So when they saw all these advertisers, huge, enormous conglomerates that own everything, pulling out, They flipped their lid, and everything started to get. It started with like the commentary channels, the political channels, the quote unquote news channels, and then it's just had this trickle down effect into now literally everything is being flagged as being not advertiser friendly. I heard one report say that YouTube wants the content creators to think that they are speaking to a 5-year-old, or that their content should be directed toward 5-year-olds. And
Who should
even
not be on a computer?
well, exactly.
Piz, I just want to let you know that other people are noticing this as well. That 3 times in the last 5 minutes you've said the words "pull out" and "Tampax" several times. They said you are definitely not seeing a dime on this video.
No, it's true. This video will be. What's funny, and a lot of people are showing this. As soon as videos are uploaded, they're being flagged.
Mm-hmm.
It's this algorithm. It's this weird algorithm that governs YouTube, that governs everything about YouTube, that's detecting either words in the audio or words that are in tags or words that are in titles and hitting them as being not advertiser friendly. I saw, and I wish I'd saved the screen caps. A content creator had messaged or had emailed YouTube partner support asking them specifically what is the algorithm looking for? How can I sanitize my content so that it does not get flagged as not being advertiser friendly? And YouTube, of course, being as vague as they always are, I don't remember exactly what the entirety of the email reply from them, except for the bottom of the email where it said, if the algorithm cannot make a specific determination whether the video is advertiser friendly or not, it automatically hits it as being not advertiser friendly. Yep. And again, typical YouTube, where you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. You're supposed to ask for the appeal, but you can only get the video appealed if it's gotten 1,000 views in the past 7 days. But even then, I've had videos that don't have 1,000 views that got appealed and were deemed advertiser friendly after the manual appeal. So YouTube, they're being their typical vague selves. They're not, I mean, even their, you got to have 1,000 views in a week to have it manually reviewed isn't true. It's YouTube. Google has turned YouTube into a content distribution platform that hates its content creators, and is time after time after time after time again just slapping them right in the face.
Do you think there's a possibility that they want to get this YouTube TV thing, YouTube Red thing going, so they're kind of squeezing out smaller channels so that their bigger channels or bigger platforms kind of take over the market?
That is definitely, that's what a lot of people have been saying, that this is a blacklist.
Real talk. Can I get a real talk?
You got it. The floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Cameron, what's for dinner? Ooh, nom.
Oh my goodness, I got a whole pizza.
Oh my god. Well,
This is-
I mean, this
oh,
is
wow.
the
Is that a Totino's?
It is Totino's. Thank you, Piz.
Very
I
nice.
recognize the
Totino's, delicious pizza.
I recognize the Totino's, and that is not
Ad friendly.
Totino's. Get in touch with me. I need the revenue. YouTube screwed me. I need the revenue. Totino's.
And when I'm at Target or Walmart and I'm like at the door, like the door that like goes to the frozen pizzas, they're like, please step away, sir. You can't be near that. And I'm like, just they're $1. Please, just give me.
They should just go the other way and have advertisements for fleshlights and dildos and porn.
Do they not? I think they probably do have that type of stuff.
But
Hey, if they want to, send me money, I'll promote a fleshlight.
But if you're like doing like, I don't know, some sex education video and you have a major sponsor behind you, I'm telling you, none of those videos are getting flagged. So it's not really a bot thing, because obviously the bots would detect all content like that, right? But there's content where they're doing people are doing commentaries about stuff, whatever, just as like we've done. Their stuff's not flagged. I guarantee you that. They got like 18 commercial breaks in their videos still. So,
I have two. Good.
Huh?
I just said I thought you didn't finish your thought.
No, I think that while it's I just feel like it's not. They like to say it's automated bots, but it can't be, because if it was automated bots, then all videos would be flagged, and that's not true. Not all videos are being flagged.
Somebody had I'd started this big long conversation on Twitter about it, and somebody, I think it was Mundane Matt, said that he felt like it was YouTube starting back at zero, where they're wanting to vet this is a friendly channel versus not friendly channels, and the only way they can do that is to start at zero, and everybody's not friendly until we deem them to be friendly.
Then you know what? If they want to start at zero, and if they're not going to do it right, just don't have advertising at all for every single person. If they really want to start at zero, that's how YouTube was. YouTube was not at the beginning about, wanting for advertisers. It was just, do you want to upload a video or not? Mm-hmm. Leave people alone. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is some kind of steer tactic for people
and they already have this too.
Shape up.
They already have it too, because you can't now, if you're a new channel, you can't monetize until you hit 10,000 views.
Yeah.
Right. So change it to, I don't know, 500 subscribers or something like that before, and then they know. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems ridiculous to me.
Yeah. 10,000 combined video views. I mean, that seems like a lot when you're starting out, but I mean, a couple of really popular videos could get you that in a relatively small amount of time. So I mean, I think they should add a subscriber prerequisite too. But the thing a lot of the people are saying too is that YouTube is actively trying to scale down. They're fine with certain channels leaving because they're not, YouTube TV friendly, and less people uploading content onto YouTube means less server maintenance, less need to buy new servers to house these. Well, I forget the exact statistic, but how many hundreds of thousands or millions of hours of footage are uploaded onto YouTube in an hour or a day or whatever, that costs a lot of money. That costs Google a lot of money to store all that data and to maintain that data. And, downsizing, if they're saying they're not making money off of this platform, then downsizing is an obvious way to do that.
So do you think that videos being non-advertiser friendly is going to make channels just delete all their videos? Because it's not taking down the videos.
No.
Okay, hang on. Let me interrupt here. Google's company net worth is apparently 500, let me get this right, billion, with a B, 500 billion. Oh, we have too many videos on a few servers, so I cannot keep them up to date. Fuck you. No, I hope a new site comes along and it catches on like some fucking word of mouth thing and it competes with YouTube. Yeah, VidMe, anything. Remember how awesome YouTube was like pre-2010? You could customize everything. It would show you how many videos you watched, your total time watched, all that shit. I want someone to compete with YouTube. This whole, we don't make enough money. Fuck you. Why don't you go live in one of your 7 houses and suck my dick?
Let's be honest here. I'll do a real talk as well. Or if YouTube had competition, this wouldn't be happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that. I think and Google may be thinking that if we unincentivize, because Rambo said it best in the beginning. When I started YouTube, when Rambo started YouTube, I think Stingray, you've been around for a long time. There was no money. There was no AdSense. There was no ads. Right. You uploaded videos because you just wanted to talk about movies, and you wanted to share your thoughts with a community of people. And then money came into the equation, and hey, a little extra money here and there's not a problem.
Money changes everything.
But money does change things.
Let me ask you guys this though: when Google took over or bought it, I remember I had a channel when Google took over. I had all of a sudden like 30 videos that just got taken down, and I didn't, just because I used a clip here, a clip there, or something. Did you guys have any problems when Google took over with your channel?
Oh, I just went through my favorites, my favorited videos, and if it was anything like, for example, there was this one goalie, this hockey game in like Russia or something. This goalie got his neck cut by an ice skate, and he was bleeding all over the ice. He didn't die; he made it through, and he ended up living, and he's still alive today. But like videos like that just got instantly removed whenever the fuck Google bought it from whoever owned and created YouTube. Like all those videos were instantly gone for me.
When was that?
I don't remember. Oh,
Maybe 08, 09, something like that.
Probably somewhere around in there, yeah. Well, no, it had to be after that because I started uploading in 09, and it was still that was pre-Google.
I think maybe it was 2010. 2010 sounds about right.
The thing that I remember about Google when they first took over was how they continually messed around with just the look of YouTube.
Yeah.
And each variation made it less and less user friendly. And then they threw Google Plus at us, which I'm shocked that's you want to save some server space, you want to save some money, delete YouTube off existence. Or I'm sorry, delete Google Plus.
Well, yeah, get rid of YouTube too. Fucking
that would save a shitload.
Nobody is using Google
Plus.
Nobody uses Google Plus. Google Plus was an abject failure. They wanted their own Facebook. It failed, and it failed miserably.
Yeah.
Failed miserably. They were forcing people to have Google Plus accounts. There was the whole crap where, I have 2 YouTube channels and 2 Google Plus accounts because of idiot Google and this Google Plus crap.
Yeah.
And then, they started with this sort of sanitizing everything, and the algorithm that governs everything that's just absolutely broken. And I'm fine with, I understand this is an enormous platform and there's all this content that gets uploaded on a daily basis. Use an algorithm to police it. Just use an algorithm that works. You know what I mean?
I have a question. If we're partner verified with them and we make money for them, because they obviously make more money on our videos than we do, shouldn't they have a responsibility as a partner to let us know maybe a week in advance that this could be happening, not drop it on us? Do we have a potential, community
responsibility?
No, not that. Yeah, that, but also lawsuit. I mean, could there be like a lawsuit where like all the channels that got flagged take on YouTube and we all get a payout from them because of this?
I think I've already heard of people talking about trying to form class action lawsuits against Google and YouTube because of stuff like this. Right. But yes, they do these underhanded. They just sort of throw things on us and just see how it works, and of course it never works, or it never works how it's supposed to. The parameters are completely and utterly vague. They're completely subjective. What is okay and what is not okay is completely subjective. And God help you if you need any kind of support, because just God help you. So again, YouTube and Google just have this. It's this continual thing, this continual behavior of just treating the content creators like crap. I mean, unless you're PewDiePie, who started this whole thing. Again, I'd like to smash his Swedish face. But again, it's like they hate. They're a content distribution platform that hates the content creators, and they want to run us off. But what is YouTube without content creators? It's nothing. And places like VidMe are growing. VidMe is probably super happy about the ad-friendly apocalypse. People are jumping to VidMe left and right. I know you're on VidMe, Cameron.
Is there like a list of like they rank social networkers, not like what the accounts and what the people make, like Social Blade, but like what the biggest like streaming sites are, and then like video sites are. Is there like a list of that anywhere? There's got to be a site that like does like number of like hits.
There probably is, but I mean, there's YouTube and there's everybody else. There is no major competitor, but VidMe is growing.
Yes, they are.
Cameron has a VidMe. I just started a VidMe to try and see what it's about. That link is in the description if you guys want to go over and follow me. But I think, and here's the thing. It's not about the money with me. I don't make any money off of YouTube. You don't make money off of YouTube unless you've got hundreds of thousands minimum subscribers. Minimum.
I already quit my job though.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
You and Cinema Signals.
That's why he's living in the bathroom.
Okay, I told you not to spend your life savings of $20,000 getting a 6 streaming setup and video recording studio was not going to work out. But no, don't listen to work. I'm just a dumbass, which I am.
But I mean, it's with me. It's like a respect thing. You know what I mean? And it's I don't know.
You said it best yourself. You're guilty before being proven innocent.
Exactly.
And it should really be YouTube, in my opinion, should be like a credit card company, where it's like when there's an issue, you call up an operator, you talk to them, you resolve the issue in 5 minutes, and off you go. It shouldn't be. I hope these words are the right words to send to appeal this community guideline strike, and hope to God that it works. If not, like me, I'm banned for 3 months from live streaming on my channel because someone else stupidly flagged me.
It depends. No. It depends what kind of credit card or what service you're using, though, because sometimes you call up and it's a fucking recording, and then once you get through, it's someone from India. I love the country of India. I just want to know what you're saying. That's all I want to know.
But
can I help you with it? I'm like, excuse me, sorry, I didn't understand quite what you were saying. And then that lasts for an hour.
Well, let's go back to one of the very first problems that we had with YouTube once Google took over, and Rambo was a victim of it. It was the clickbaiting, or not the clickbaiting, but the click bombing.
Oh yeah, invalid click activity.
Yeah, where somebody out there sat on one of Rambo's videos and just clicked the ad over and over and over and over and over and over again, literally probably hundreds, if not thousands of times, to hit in Google's system that this has to be Rambo himself doing this.
Man,
we're just gonna take that AdSense away from him, and he'll never be able to make money off of his channel.
There's a lot of cheap porn laptops.
I'm used to that shit. It happens like every month, something like that. So
yeah, there's a lot of crazy people with cheap porn laptops where the F5 key is just like completely destroyed from like that. It's just like I can't refresh anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That
Jay
was
Absolute Sublime had the same problem.
Yeah, that same problem. He actually had to start a whole new channel.
10,000 subscribers, had to just start a new channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something you don't hear about anymore. But I mean, now somebody can flag any video out there and get it removed and get channels suspended, and it's up to you to defend yourself. Again, guilty until proven innocent.
And the one thing I don't like is I saw another channel that's now gone, thank goodness, but they were stealing my videos and splitting it so that whatever ad revenue I was going to get, which was going to be pennies anyway, they were now going to get some of that money too. Right? So if someone searched for it, they were going to come up on their video. But in order to appeal that, you have to, I'm sure you guys have done this with the copyright claims, but you have to now give your address and phone number to the person who stole your video.
Wow.
In order to get that officially recognized by YouTube to flag the video's copyright. So the person who trolls you, if you want to take your video down off their channel because they stole it, you got to give them your address and phone number.
Is there a gift option too?
That doesn't make any sense. Why would you need to do that?
That is insane.
In case
insanity.
In case YouTube or the customer who stole your video wants to get in touch and ask them, maybe
wants to go to your door and punch you in the face in case that happens.
Just wait till someone gets raped and murdered because of that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Exaggeration.
Yeah.
What Jason?
That is the crazy.
That's why I haven't appealed some of these people, because these people are scary that are out there, and I don't want them to know where I'm living.
Jeez Louise. I didn't know that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. And so.
Let me let's see what's going on in the live chat, see what people are having to say about the YouTube ad-friendly fiasco. Let's see who's watching with us tonight. Our buddy Mr. McNugget Andrew's watching. My buddy Stone, how's it going? Joseph Purdue, Vom 47. How are you guys? Tampax is perfect for Friday the 13th videos. I agree, says Andrew. Jay Jarvis, how you doing, buddy? Ronald Yoder, Senior Entertainment. Google Plus was and is a giant data mining operation. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Robert Bridget says YouTube doesn't respect its content creators anymore, unfortunately. They care about a choice. They care about a choice few, and that's it. Oh, okay. Sorry. They care about a choice few, and that's it. That's true. I mean, that's true.
YouTube doesn't care about black people.
I want Kanye tube. I'd subscribe to that shit.
Kanye.
I would too. I would too.
Yeah, and Stone Gassman's right. He's like, might as well give them your social security number too as well. I'm surprised they don't want you to give that too. Birthday, social security number, driver's license number, phone number, home address.
Fucking penis size, all that shit.
When you sign up for AdSense, you have to give them pretty much everything. I mean, when you're monetizing videos through AdSense.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Which I don't do, but you know.
Now, Piz, for a while when we were doing the Sausage Factory videos towards the end, you know, there was kind of an attempt to keep it, you know, clean, advertiser friendly. But now it's like, doesn't matter how clean you make your videos. If they decide it's not content friendly, it's not, or advertiser friendly, it's not advertiser friendly. What can you do about it? You know, we're screwed either way.
Yeah, I mean,
I just say on the trouble, it's not advertiser friendly.
Well, they just looked at the name of the channel, Sausage. It must be. That's how smart they are.
That's it. That must be it. I mean,
hey, John. Yeah, this isn't Johnsonville we're seeing here. Okay. Yeah. Flag that shit. Take it down.
Well, and again, like that message from YouTube Partner Support was said to that YouTuber, you know, if the algorithm can't positively identify it one way or the other, it just automatically flags it as being not advertiser friendly, and then then the ball's in your court to file the appeal. So
here's what I'm doing. I'm going to utilize YouTube for the live streams because I enjoy doing that. It makes it quicker than recording them on Skype and downloading and uploading. That's like 12 hours long of processing. It's ridiculous. I'm going to utilize YouTube for their live stream, put the video up, but I'm also going to put it officially on the new VidMe channel so that if anything else, if YouTube screws around, everything will be back. The back catalog will be preserved on VidMe because I don't trust YouTube anymore to build a legacy of videos.
Yeah,
and I think you're the best example of just totally being screwed over, man. Like it's totally ridiculous.
It's been a summer of being screwed over.
Yeah, that's
I've done my best to support you, man, but it seems like you have some people that really are determined to you know get you taken off the.
Well, and it only takes one or two.
Mm-hmm.
It only takes one or two.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate those people too. It's not people having no lives. It's not any of that shit. It's just there's literally people who just like making other people like their lives a living hell, and I don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm a troll, but like I don't get what's going on there. I don't understand.
Yeah, and it was over you know, a silly TV show.
And he's still wrong about that too. And in the last episode, they said it like 6 times.
What?
Right? Roadhouse.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was hilarious that, like, I mean, people just bombarded me, and then YouTube sided with them. You know, it was like, great. I'm so glad I post on your platform when you side with people that just casually, you know, whereas other channels will put up the filthiest, nastiest stuff ever. Nothing happens to their live stream, right? But I get yanked because
I mean, you've got the cleanest channel next to Pizzow, you know. I mean, you guys keep it clean over there, you know. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
We try, but you know, you read the YouTube guidelines, you try to, you know, make your channel fit those guidelines, and then they still screw you over. So I'm sorry, like some of the stuff that Piz talks about on his channel, reviewing some of those movies, sorry, those are not 5-year-old friendly movies. And it's okay to talk about it I mean, he talks about it in a pretty G-rated way, some of these titles. And, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, like you got to describe what the Stendhal syndrome is about, right? You can't just say it's you know, about a young girl in Italy that takes a walk and meets a nice man in a museum.
Well, how many movies are 5-year-old friendly? So we'd all be talking about Barney and Slender, reviews.
Andrew had even mentioned. Let me see if I can find the comment. Andrew had commented here that one of his kids' favorite like kids channels was getting these flags. Let me see if I can find it. But
while you're looking, Piz, I think the first movie we talk about on the Sausage Factory this coming season should be the Oogie Loves Big Balloon Adventure, because we'll test out the algorithm of that. Talk about Follow That Bird, the Sesame Street movie.
You're talking about kids videos. Like this whole thing started back when I believe YouTube launched this thing called YouTube Kids. This whole, you know, advertiser friendly, you know, all that business. I think it started like corresponding with that, like around the first of the year. And, you know, like that's what my kids get on YouTube and watch that stuff. So
yeah, it's
like supposed to be stuff safe for them to watch, you know.
I'm sorry, kids should not be watching YouTube.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what the age restriction settings are for. They've already got that in place. All a parent would have to do is go down and click that, and there you go. But here's what Adam said. One of my kids' family vlogger channels are being flagged. Family vloggers flagged.
Well, I saw a woman say on your a video the other day, Pizzow, that she does like knitting videos, and she got flagged for being offensive or something.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's just it's this algorithm. I mean, you know, like I said, use an algorithm, but use one that works. Put some, I mean, I'm you know, Google has got the money. They've got more money than God. They can hire a technician to create an algorithm.
No, here's an idea.
Works.
Do not use an algorithm at all. Hire a bunch of people, and their job is to go through each video and deem it, and sensible people.
Well, and I mean that's
how I'll take that job.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what the flagging system was supposed to be for. If this is an offensive video, you flag it. It gets shot to somebody at Google. They review it and they go, okay, this is either offensive or not.
Right.
But now, like I said, now it's, you know, Skynet is controlling YouTube.
Hey man, Elon Musk said it best. North Korea is not what you got to worry about, even though it's scary as fuck. Got to worry about fucking Skynet taking over.
And I just want to say that one thing that I like about the VidMe channel, one is if for customer support, there are actual people you can talk to. The other thing is I can now go to bed and at night and wake up in the morning and not have to check my account to see if my video is still there. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on YouTube in the morning and find this video has been flagged, and then I have to go through all this appeal process and all this crap. And I don't have to worry about that on other channels, other platforms, you know? YouTube, you have to worry about like every video, every time you log on, it's like, is something going to be a problem? Is this going to be monetized pulled? Is it going to be someone flagged it for community guidelines? Someone just was offended because, I don't know, you made some joke that no one understood because they're from another country. You know, it's like ridiculous. And I like other platforms might be smaller, but if they can house the videos, they're happy for your business and they're happy you're there, as opposed to YouTube, who looks like you're a burden on them for even showing up on their platform.
Right.
Server space is cheaper than ever right now, so that's kind of a cop-out. And, you know.
I guarantee you they're making money. It's just this is how much money they're making. They want this much.
Probably.
Or they want this much more.
Yeah.
It's just like every other business. It's not that they're not making money, it's they're not making enough money.
Yeah, that's
true
if they were worth $500 billion. Yeah.
That's what business is. They always want more. They never want even.
Yeah. I just don't know what the future holds for YouTube. And
honestly, I hope it's like WCW. Someone comes up and buys them up and talks trash about them for 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like, there's been so much kind of controversy with YouTube, and then something like this comes along, and it because it is kind of borderline censorship, and it's just even beyond censorship. It's just, again, it's YouTube just slapping the content creator in the face.
Can I get a real talk?
Sure.
Real talk.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts the sound.
When we were talking about YouTube doesn't have any competition, that made me think of the Monday Night Wars. So
that's a good series, man. That's like, there's very little that's like on WWE Network, but like pay-per-views and like their original content is worth it.
But if anybody out there has been dealing with this flagging situation or anything like that, I would recommend checking out VidMe and giving them a shot.
Your congressman.
Well, but check it out, give it a shot, because like Cameron said, I mean, VidMe kind of feels like YouTube before Google sank its claws into it. So
they're happy to have you.
Yeah. So,
I mean, as much as I'd love for there to be another, alternative, I've seen it and heard it many times, and nothing ever pans out. I mean, that's why I'm not really excited about this new format or this new website or whatever.
Well, Jay, here's the thing. I don't need a new exciting platform. I just need a place that I can trust to house my videos that me and other people can access. I don't need 50,000 views on a video there. I just want to make sure that the videos are being preserved and not being ripped down. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that, but you were getting like 50,000 views before, and until these assholes, screwed your channel up.
But the thing is, though, is that when my live stream comes back, I'm still going to have the subscribers on my YouTube channels. I'll be able to utilize the platform and then have at least a backup version of the videos in case anyone tries anything again,
Exactly.
That's all.
No.
It's just about preserving the legacy. Put a lot of time. If you think about all the time that you put up videos, or the Sausage Factory, how many hours you guys have spent talking about stuff. I mean, it's like if you could go back in time and preserve some of these awesome conversations you had with your friends back in the day. That's what we're doing today. But we're preserving them, and people go back and watch those Friday the 13th 12-hour video podcasts you guys did. Those things climb in views all the time. People want to go back and watch that stuff. People are unsatisfied with what they see on TV. They want to see, like they say in the chat, they want to see real down-to-earth people talking about movies. That's what we do. And I don't want our videos being gone. And if it has to be on another platform, I'll back it up on another platform, because damn it, that's who we are at that moment in time. And I want that preserved.
Well, here's a good sort of microcosm of Google. There was a social media platform. I think they're called Hub. They're like they're a 3-letter name. They posted on Twitter an email conversation where the Hub people had gotten an email from somebody at Google saying, "Hey, this is so and so from Google. Hit me up and let's talk about a potential Google partnership for Hub." And Hub responded saying, "No, thank you." And they posted a quote. I think it was from Winston Churchill about free speech. The next screenshot they posted was a headline that said, Google removes Hub from Play Store due to violations of hate speech, whatever. So that's Google in the year 2017. You're either with us or you're guilty of hate speech and you're off the platform. So it's funny. Why don't we move on to another topic? And let's talk about the whole thing with Joss Whedon. For those of you guys who aren't familiar, with what we're going to dive into. Joss Whedon's ex-wife, and I forget her name. Her name was like Kai Tai or Kai Chi or Tai Chi or something like that. She released a statement. I think she posted it on like the Hollywood Reporter or something like that. This big article about how Joss Whedon is not a true feminist. He's a complete hypocrite. He hides behind the feminist title. That he had cheated on her with various actresses. We can speculate who momentarily. During the course of their marriage, and that he was kind of a womanizer and he didn't treat her very well, and therefore he's not a feminist. And he's lived a lie this entire time. And she wanted to expose him to the world. It was a pretty damning letter. Pretty damning letter. I don't know if anybody else out there has read it, but it pretty damaging. Yeah, it would be pretty damaging. Do you guys have? Did any of you guys read that, or any thoughts on that? Go ahead, Rambo.
No, I mean I didn't know about it until we got on here, and I asked what happened with Joss Whedon. So I guess my next question is, who is this woman? Is there any evidence or proof, or is just a pissed off girlfriend who hate to be when you break up? Some people just want to fuck you over. I don't know.
She was with him for like almost 25 years. I mean, she was dating him before he had real success, when he was just writing on Roseanne at the time. So she was with him all through, the downs and ups and downs of all his career. And she produced 2 different movies with him. Okay. So, I mean, so she definitely was in on the note, and, she wasn't just the kid, the housewife.
I guess since I don't know her, why should I trust either one? I don't know who to trust. I don't know Joss Whedon either, but I don't know her, so maybe he's lying, but for all I know, she is too. I don't know.
Well, I think you have to bring up the question of, and Cole actually brought it up in the chat on Twitter because he wasn't going to be here tonight. But here's what Cole had to say. Cheating is bad, and I'm not at all sympathetic to those who engage in it, regardless of how they try to justify it. No one forced them into a monogamous relationship. Adults can set the parameters for relationships however they please. But cheating isn't necessarily a trait of sexism. It can be, sure. But people calling Whedon some kind of awful hypocrite simply because he's been described as a feminist by virtue of often creating strong female characters, and now he's treated a real-life woman poorly, is a reach. I kind of feel the same way. I think he can, he is not the first womanizer in Hollywood who's written strong female characters for their films or directed strong female characters for their films. So can you look, can you say that he knows how he's a great writer when it comes to writing strong female characters, but at the same time, sure, he cheated on his wife, he slept around, maybe he's a little bit of a womanizer,
and that's been proven, like that's true.
Well, as of right now, he's not released any statement other than, I think,
because that's what I'm wondering, like, is this true or is just her saying it?
The only statement he released was through his publicist, and it said something to the effect of, although there's inaccuracies in her account of things, he prefers to remain silent for the sake of their children.
But let's talk about the other thing that happened, which is Whedon-esque. The biggest website that talked about Joss Whedon and his works has officially closed its doors. They're gone because of this whole thing. They claim, we've been thinking about doing this for months now, but it just happened to happen right when this dropped.
Exactly.
And what is that? Whedonist? What is it?
Oh, it was a website dedicated to, like, whenever there was like an article written about him or something having to do with his shows or movies, they would publish it or link it.
Okay, so it's not just a fan site, or it is.
It's a fan site, but it was like sanctioned by the people.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. But I don't. What sort of? There were two sides of that letter from his ex-wife, and when she sort of turned the conversation from he cheated on me, he admitted to cheating on me with several women over the course of many years, into her saying that she is responsible for him taking Buffy to television, which then basically launched his career. She's taking a lot of credit for that. She also took a lot of credit for, quote unquote, keeping him grounded and directing his career to the heights that it is today. That part of it sort of sounded to me like, okay, we've got a woman scorn here. And that shed some doubt on her account of how much of it is actual and how much of it is just her being very mad.
Now, did she give specifics? And if not, is there a reason why she didn't give specifics?
She just says actresses. She doesn't say who.
Yeah, she doesn't say who. She just has a number of actors,
So
particularly
just not
on
to
the
get in
set
trouble, or she's going to do it later of a threat, or
I don't think so. No, she just said that this was something that writing the letter was supposed to be therapy for her. She even says now she has PTSD because of it.
So how was it published? Or did she publish it herself?
No.
It was published in like the Hollywood Reporter or something like that.
Some like the Wrap or something like that. Yeah.
The Wrap.
So if it's therapy, how did it get out? Or if it's therapy for herself, why? Or it's letting it out therapy?
She publicly did it as therapy for herself. So she didn't write it and keep it to herself. She unleashed it on the world.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's kind of odd timing too that she unleashed it upon the world right when he's just taken over the Justice League movie, and that's coming out, at the end of this year. And I don't know. I mean, I don't condone womanizing or cheating or anything like that. I mean, but I kind of agree with Cole in saying that, he can be a womanizer and he can be a cheater, and that's bad, but he can still write strong female characters.
Mm-hmm. I gotta just say, from being a big fan of him myself for many, many years, I was just kind of bummed out because I don't know, there are so few people in Hollywood that I look to as being like good guys, and I don't mean that in the SJW type of way. I mean, just seems like a nice guy that just had been married to this woman for many, many years. She sang the vocals for the Buffy musical on the demo tape, so she had worked closely with him for a long time, and to read this, it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's like reading about like a hero of yours and just like how human he is, and it just kind of bums you out. I don't know. To me, I don't like cheating people. I mean, I don't care about the feminism angle on this. I just was like, I don't know. It seemed like someone, if you're that unhappy, then get out of the marriage and be wild and single and free all through Hollywood. But it's almost like he didn't want to let go of the wife and be able to cheat her on, because that's the exciting part, is being able to just come home after doing all that stuff. If he was just out about at the bars and the clubs all night, he probably wouldn't have been as grounded, because his work is so I don't know. It's one of the most amazing bodies of writing and directing I've ever seen. The way he's able to come back, go with these wild ideas, then come back and make everything so grounded. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here, because sometimes when you see work from an artist after their divorce, either they get better or they get worse. And I read this article and I thought to myself, I know he's got the Batgirl thing coming out, but I honestly thought that this could be the end of him for a while, that he might be gone for a while, because this is, even though it's just, he just cheated, he did all this stuff. I don't know. I just get this vibe that he's going to go underground for a long time.
Hey, Cameron, I got a question for you, since you're a filmmaker yourself. If you have a script for a big movie and it's going to be like released theatrically, and the studio buys your script, how much do you usually make, like ballpark-ish wise?
Well, it depends on how many works you've had published or made before, and
let's say a few, maybe.
yeah.
So
But what's the box office on those things? You know,
okay.
they take it all to. Usually, if you sell your first script, you're looking at about 35,000.
Okay.
Which is not bad.
I think
But
there
if you're like well known and your movies do really well at the theater, how much you're looking at?
Well, if you're in the Writers Guild, there used to be like a Writers Guild minimum. Like if you're in the Writers Guild and you sold a script, they had to pay you this much for it. Like
right.
Minimum.
When Quentin Tarantino sold True Romance to Tony Scott, he was paid initially $35,000, and he blew it all on his first car.
Nice.
I thought he put some of it toward Reservoir Dogs.
He did, but the 20,000 went to a brand new car for himself because he said he never owned a car in his life. So I don't blame him. You need a car in LA.
But I think it's certainly done a lot of damage to his reputation. He's not going to be speaking at any kind of feminist rallies anytime soon.
Well, again, this is the question I have: the womanizing, the cheating. Is it like the truth proven, or is this all based on just what she has said?
It's all based on what she has said at this point.
So there's still no 100% certainty that that's what happened. It's just based on her words.
Well, people aren't going to come forward and say anything about that because otherwise she'll start dropping names, and that will cause more headlines than than anything, because some of these people are probably happily married right now.
Okay.
I mean, we can all kind of speculate as to who it may be, but who knows? I mean,
the only thing he said is that there were inaccuracies in her account of everything.
The only reason I keep asking that is, I mean, this is a completely different manner, but it's like I'm never quite sure who's telling the truth and who's not.
Right.
And
Totally.
it's like back in the day when you had Michael Jackson. And this is a very different thing, but then years later when he died, then the kid said, oh, by the way, he never touched me. My dad made it up, and I wanted to get money. And so now it was like, to this day, you still have jokes about Michael Jackson with that, but yet that was based on a lie that, a father wanted to make his kid do. And I mean, there's other stuff too, but that's why I was just asking questions. I mean, if it's true, then yeah.
Well,
I mean,
like
Joss
Bryan
Whedon
Singer, a few years ago when X-Men Apocalypse came out, all the pedophilia allegations came out, which, I mean, I've seen some stuff that was pretty damning evidence, but, they settled out of court, and that didn't seem to hurt his, reputation or that movie at all.
Right.
Yeah, but
I guess this kind of leads to the question of, can you, kind of like with Roman Polanski, can you forget the fact that he raped a 14-year-old girl and still enjoy his movies? Well, 13? Okay. Yeah. Can you can you put that aside and still enjoy Rosemary's Baby? Or do you
People do.
Yeah, I know people do. People do.
Okay, look, here's what it really comes down to. I agree with you, Piz. Back in 2001, I'm at a Fangoria film convention. They come out on stage. Victor Salva comes out with Jeepers Creepers. He's got Justin Long and the girl Gina Phillips, I think, with him. Nobody says anything. Nobody cares. Jeepers Creepers 2's come out. Nobody cares. All these other movies he makes, nobody cares. I see him at Fangoria conventions bouncing little kids on his knee that parents give him to take pictures with and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yikes.
Nobody cares. Now he's working on Jeepers Creepers 3. All of a sudden, all these horror websites are taking a moral ground. We won't even write about this movie. It's like, wait a minute. You guys have been talking about this guy. You guys promoted the Scream Factory releases of the movies, and now you're taking a moral stance on Jeepers Creepers 3? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I on a personal, I only took that after I found out, because I didn't know until years later, until Victor Salva did that. And then immediately when I did, and then I watched those movies again, I saw a lot of stuff in those movies. I'm like, he's making a guy named the Creeper sniff a guy's underwear.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He's making a bunch of guys sunbathe on a bus with no shirts on.
Yeah. While the Creeper licks the window.
Called the Creeper.
I mean,
who wants guys.
I'll ask that kid, but he did it over like 3 years on like a few different movie sets.
So it's like finding. So to answer your question, Piz, when I found out about Victor Salva, and then I watched these movies, I can never watch them again. And I mean, call that unfair. But when I see that even after he's putting that shit in his movies, that makes me want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Not even in I'm a tough draw on internet. No, literally in real life, punch him in the face.
Can you watch The Naked Gun with O.J. Simpson? Still.
Maybe not O.J. scenes, but
look, I mean, Brad Pitt's cheated on his last 2 wives, and nobody seems to care.
Yeah. Well, weren't there? What happened to all the allegations that Johnny Depp had beat up Amber Heard? And
yeah, I mean,
well, no, I guess the problem is, Jay, is not the fact that the cheating thing. One of the things that his wife was saying is that he was using the moniker that he was a feminist to get closer to women so that he could act out.
Of course he was. Dude's been doing that forever.
Yeah.
That's a real talk, Orc, right there.
Look at everybody in drama class. Look at everybody who's a man in the feminist class. I mean,
that's not. I mean, yeah. Actually,
I'm a thespian.
Actually, the victim of Victor Salva, the little boy who was in Clown House and that other movie and I think he actually molested him over a course of more than 3 years. He's actually doing a documentary about being molested by Victor Salva.
It's pretty bad
stuff. I don't know. I can watch Rosemary's Baby and Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, and I'll watch 3. What they did is fucked up, but I still like a good movie.
But anybody who works in this medium is going to have this happen. Like if Alfred Hitchcock, after making Frenzy, just like killed somebody, we'd be rewatching Psycho with a whole new set of eyes. Like So
then Matthew Broderick accidentally killed someone.
Yeah, he did.
Long ago.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in like Europe or something?
Like in the 80s.
Drunk driving with Jennifer Grey.
Yeah. No. So I mean, I guess can you separate the real life malfeasances from the artists, the performance or the filmmaker or that sort of thing. With somebody like Victor Salva, when it's that egregious, it's very difficult to separate the two. Even with Bryan Singer, and I saw that documentary that they've tried to keep hush hush for all these years, and I saw it, and it was incredibly damning of not just Bryan Singer, but of several big wig producers and directors in Hollywood.
It's on YouTube. Look that up, guys. We haven't seen it.
That was what's her name? Amy something. That she did West of Memphis as well. So it's a pretty big filmmaker that took on that subject. Joss Whedon cheating is not as big as Roman Polanski. It's not as big, obviously, as Victor Salva, but I'm saying that to his core audience, this is damning.
It's damning, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of guys like his work, but a lot of women really respected his work. Yeah. And so if you have a guy that used all this stuff to get close to women, this type of thing, I'm just saying, I don't think he's going to be coming out with a movie anytime soon.
Right.
I don't think Batgirls, if it happens, he's writing it. He may not be directing it now. Warner Brothers can't handle this much bad press with all their other crap.
Well, can he come out with his own statement and say, yes, I misbehaved.
Yeah.
Yes, I got wrapped up in the whole Hollywood thing. I'm surrounded. Because I think even in his ex-wife's write-up, she quoted him as saying, when he told her, that I've been having these affairs, he said, I'm surrounded by beautiful, driven, women who will throw themselves at someone of my status or someone of my stature to get ahead. And, he should have
more ways than one.
I mean, I guess maybe he should have been a little bit more, with the Heisman, but apparently he was a willing participant in it.
Too much.
Rambo, those statements are not advertiser friendly.
This video's not been advertised. About the minute one.
We're about the Mass Biz House channel.
The moment Ort comes on these videos, it's not advertiser friendly.
That's true.
You put these videos on PornTube, it'd be better than fucking YouTube.
Oh, wait, pause
Speaking
right
of
there. Yeah, did you hear about the
Sorry.
that Netflix thing, that Netflix show? I don't know what it was. It got canceled, and the Pornhub is gonna finance it, put on their site.
I heard that was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's my
Somebody-
favorite social media site. Let's just get that off, out of the internet there. Good site.
Somebody had brought up a let's see, the James Cameron controversy. Who was that brought that up? Stone brought up the James Cameron controversy.
Hang on, wait, time out. Real talk.
Real talk.
YouTube has dank comments. Twitch has live dank comments. You want to get some epic comments? Go to that site. Go to Pornhub. Find some. Read the comments.
Yeah, I'm sure the comment section on any random video is pretty entertaining. There.
Yeah, non-advertiser friendly.
Yeah, very. Although I'm sure there are ads on those.
They're
websites.
out in every video probably.
Yeah, I see worse stuff on YouTube every day of the week.
Yeah, well, I was actually watching a YouTube video the other day, and the ad was for some movie, and like, oh, there's explosions, there's gunfire, there's half-naked people, there's sex, and I'm going,
Yeah,
okay, that ad is not ad friendly.
that's
So-
not for 5-year-olds.
Exactly. But apparently the James Cameron controversy is James Cameron had said Wonder Woman just got the title of as having the biggest box office take for any superhero film in history. And Cameron called it, quote unquote, a step backwards from Sarah Connor.
Well,
Any thoughts on that?
which Sarah Connor is he talking about? His
Well, I
or
think-
the
well, I
TV
think-
show?
I think he said. Well, Robert Bridget said that he says it's a step back for women, just period. And then and
Didn't
Stone
say
Gap.
why.
No, I don't know. Probably because it's not.
Hey, James Cameron said Terminator Genesis was the logical, awesome sequel to T2. So that's enough.
And then now he says it sucks.
Yeah,
But he loves Alien Covenant.
yeah.
Did he say that he liked Alien Covenant?
Yeah, it was an interview.
Nope. You can't believe a word he says. Nope.
And he's producing the new Terminator films. He did some interviews like, "Love Alien
He just
Covenant.
discredited
Love what-"
himself forever.
But don't worry,
Weird,
because
eh?
Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are coming out. In
Oh
20
man,
years.
I've already bought my tickets.
All 6 of them.
To all of them.
And,
Like
and
through
the word.
2025, I'm booked, man.
What's that guy that who was that? And Stephen Lang has been confirmed to be the bad guy in all of them, and I'm like, spoiler alert, everybody! I guess he lives through the whole series.
Wow. I like Stephen Lang too.
Well, he died in the first one. But
I know.
Here's Jace Fandango account. Sir, the account user with this name, you cannot buy any more tickets. Can you please go to another website?
How could he have survived? Didn't he take like a big giant spear through the heart?
I
How
thought
could he
so.
survive?
Maybe he'll come back as an avatar.
They rub some blue shit on him and he's all right.
He'll be his character from Don't Breathe.
Fuck Avatar. I want my sequel to Sanctum.
Yeah.
Let's
Get
go.
turkey basters that comes with avatars.
Sanctum.
That's one of those. It's Friday. Let's go see a movie. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna see. That's what one of those gambles was. It felt like I was playing the lotto.
Yeah,
Sanctum.
it's produced by James Cameron. Everyone went to see it thinking it was the new Avatar.
We can't get out of a hole. Fuck.
Sanctum. It's like that cave exploration movie. Whatever.
Oh, okay. I didn't see.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about this odd Joker origin story movie that just got announced.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips is directing it. I forget who the writer is, but Martin Scorsese is producing it.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be. It will not have Jared Leto in it.
Yes.
But it sounds like it's completely non-canon. It's like some kind of one-off, kind of other universe kind of story. Because Leto is officially the Joker of the DCEU. However, this prequel origin story will not have him as the star, and it's not canon, and it's.
And they also confirmed the Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, Joker, Harley Quinn movie is coming out too. So they don't know what the hell they're doing over there. Apparently,
Is that Todd Phillips, is that the guy who did The Hangover?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's doing a Joker movie.
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis starring in it?
Pretty much, probably.
And they've brought Martin Scorsese on to produce it because they want a gritty, mean streets-like tone to the film.
So Rolling Stone music through the whole thing, I guess.
Directed by the Hangover guy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, you know,
Because
Martin
when I
Scorsese.
think gritty and dark, I think of The Hangover.
Well, Hangover 2 maybe, but Martin Scorsese, you know, he's slapping his name on this because, as Orc would like to say, he needs to get that cheddar. He's not going to be anywhere near this set. He's just going to collect that money.
It must be so cool, like not just to be rich, but just to be like so rich and famous that like you can just like say like slap your name on something and you get paid like $250,000. It's like, yeah, Stephen King, like with the new It movie, like he's in his mansion like an hour away from me, and he's like, yeah, that fucking movie's great. Fuck yeah, get your tickets now.
He also said Dark Tower was great too.
Yeah, I kind of have doubts about it now because of how he praised it, considering how highly he praised the Dark Tower, considering that he's the guy who wrote that enormous epic book series, and then the movie was 90 minutes, scaled down. Just a popcorn movie, you know what I mean? A popcorn fantasy movie.
Like they're in an interview and he's like trying to like sell the movie, and King's like, well, to be honest with you, it's the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Hey, Joe, yeah, we getting lunch? Okay, yeah, Subway sounds great.
Well, he was also one of the writers of a movie he did called Cell, which I saw recently, and that made me want to puke.
Yeah, I've avoided that. I've heard it's really bad.
There's a scene with a bunch of zombies asleep on a football field with their mouths open, and music of the troll song, yeah, 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 yeah. I shit you not. All the zombies that's coming out of their mouths at night in a football field with that troll song, and it's supposed to be scary.
Okay.
I shit you not.
Okay.
And Stephen King worked on the screenplay for that, so he needs to go back on cocaine.
Well,
because when you do that, you get maximum overdrive, and I want more of those unless it's the Dark Towers.
Well, when I think of like, you know, him pimping out the Dark Tower and pimping out it reminds me of his Maximum Overdrive trailer where he's like, I'm gonna scare you to death. You know what I mean?
Well, he was on cocaine,
and yet
he did the trailer.
And yet, Scream Factory will put out Dreamcatcher before they ever do Maximum Overdrive. So
I wonder if that's because Stephen King doesn't want Maximum Overdrive out.
Oh, I'm sure. He still hates it to this day. From what I understand, he has an uncut version of the film.
Wow. That would sell like hotcakes.
You actually see the head pop when the steamroller goes over it. They showed the George Romero, and George Romero got puked. And
what?
He hates the film so much he doesn't want to release.
That's fine. That's kind of like Michael Mann with The Keep. He like just doesn't want to even talk about that movie. Doesn't want to discuss it. But back to the Joker story. I think they're doing it right, that they're making it non-canon, that they can kind of do whatever they want with it. But at the same time, then why are you even making it? Because the only thing I've heard from so many fans, including Cole, of course, is that part of the Joker's mystique is that there's a mystique there. You don't know his origin.
That's
and they've tried to tackle it in the comics to varying success. So why, if it's going to be non-canon, a one-off kind of thing, I mean, what's the point, I guess?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What's the appeal?
Because they saw Suicide Squad made $800 million domestically, and they were like, we need some more Joker stuff.
Yeah, but I thought people didn't like the Joker. And it's not even the same Joker. And I thought people said Jared Leto sucks. That's why
that's why it's not going to be Jared Leto.
But, I mean, if they didn't like the Joker, if it was like Deadshot,
they like the Joker. They just don't like Jared Leto, I guess.
Even if it's a good movie, I mean, either they're going to make the backstory completely unsatisfying or just ridiculously kind of convoluted, he had a rough childhood, his mom didn't give him enough love, like the way they handled it in Tim Burton's Batman. You see the Joker before he's a Joker. You see him fall into the bad stuff. That's fine. That's I mean, he was a bad guy before he was a bad guy. I mean, that was enough. That was enough. And like the Joker variations since, what I loved about Heath Ledger's Joker was like when he starts to tell two different people about his scars, and he tells them two different stories. You know what I mean? So he should be a complete mystery, I think.
But like you said, what's the point of an origin story when the point of origin stories is that it leads somewhere?
Right.
That's the point of you tell an origin story because you're going to lead it somewhere, but it's not going to be leading anywhere. Is that part of it? So what's the point of an origin story that's going to lead nowhere?
But then you also have Matt Reeves, who's doing the new Batman movie after doing these Planet of the Apes films, and saying that his new Batman movie is going to be a standalone movie and not fit into the DCEU at all. So now we got another standalone movie. That's
he changed his mind on that. He's like, yes, it is. It's just not going to have cameos. He changed his mind on that. He's like, it's part of it, but it's not going to have cameos from the Flash and all these people. It's just going to be about Batman.
Right.
I think that's
he changed his mind on that.
I think that's a good idea, actually. But I mean, you make an excellent point. You're doing an origin story that's going to go nowhere, and that origin for that Batman may not be the origin for the Jared Leto or the Jared Leto Joker. You know, I'm already confused.
The Ben Affleck Batman, that's not a part of it, and
I try to explain this stuff to my wife, and she just finally says, "I'm not going to watch any of it. How about that?"
Am I the only one who is like so tired of this universe crap? Everything's got to be a universe now.
Yeah,
you can't just have a movie be its own thing. That was actually one of the things I appreciated about The Dark Tower. It was underwhelming, but it had a beginning, a middle, and a definitive end.
My favorite universe building as a kid, Cat's Eye. The opening credits of Cat's Eye. I got Cujo. I got Christine. I got was there one other reference in there? I can't remember. All in the opening credits, and just kind of alluded to the fact that the stories were kind of connected, all the Stephen King stuff, and then it moved on and was its own thing. I like that. I don't like the fact that a movie will stop and pepper in stuff, and then I gotta wait 6 movies for maybe a payoff to whatever they threw in there. I like maybe a little cameos and little joke things in there just to let me know all is good. It's all in the same world. But this is its own story. So
we've got the Marvel universe, we've got the DC universe. I guess Universal's going on with their dark whatever universe, even though the Mummy flopped.
Star Wars universe, and that's going all over the place. I mean, everything's got to be a universe. Now they're the Stephen King universe, and Stephen King he's done what Victor Miller's trying to do with Friday the 13th. He's revoked his whatever the rights are to all these old stories that he'd sold years ago. He's got those rights back now, so he can turn around and sell them to Sony to build the Stephen King universe. Here's a new Dead Zone movie. Here's a new Salem's Lot movie. Here's a new, the list goes on and on. He's got those rights back now. And for a real convoluted thing, I posted on Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter, there's a whole story now about Children of the Corn and the rights. It's saying that it's been split 5 ways now, and so that's why there's been no other Children of the Corn movie, because no one can figure out who's going to get paid what. So they're all trying to.
Thank God for the owners of that movie, because I don't fucking need it.
And no one wants one.
No,
I don't think anybody wants another Children of the Corn movie.
But there's one place that can only do TV remakes. One place can only do direct-to-DVD sequels. One can do theatrical sequels. Oh my Lord! It's so convoluted. I'm just glad they just stopped all that stuff. But it's like rights and that kind of thing. It's so lawyers getting involved. Ever since Marvel started this universe building, it's both a blessing in terms of hey, that's really cool, but it's a curse to everybody else, because now everything's got to be, like you said, universe building.
Yeah, it's like with everything else. When something's popular, everyone's got to copy it. They now have the Transformers universe. And the Bumblebee with John Cena.
And don't forget the Conjuring universe that's happening.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
I am surprised they have not done a Star Trek universe.
But how are they doing the Conjuring universe? Because I thought that there was a whole thing with like this person owned the rights to the Warrens and all that.
They must have settled that because that was a big deal there for a while. That was like huge suit. They must have settled that because they've got the Conjuring movies, they've got the Annabelle movies, and they're gonna have the Evil Nun movies. Yeah.
And that's fine with me. James Wan, keep making movies. Get behind that camera, buddy. I love it.
But you didn't make the Annabelle movies.
You didn't. But both Conjuring movies I love.
No, but they're doing Conjuring 3, Nun, and not Slender Man, but a Slimmer Man or whatever it was. There's some like other guy. Yeah.
Well, there is a Slender Man being made.
There is that, but then there's a Conjuring Slender Man 2 movie.
After Aquaman,
I can't remember.
Oh my god!
After Aquaman, is he doing any more movies? Is he doing Conjuring 3?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think he's still attached to doing the Mortal Kombat movie at some point in 2035 or something. So
that Fast and Furious 7 movie, like he's gonna be working for the rest of his life. I mean, he was making profitable movies before. Like the Insidious thing was considered one of the greatest triumphs in the history of motion pictures because he made that for $900,000 and it grossed $100 million, right? But once he did
for under $1 million,
yeah. So the fact that he did Furious 7 and pulled it off with Paul Walker, who died halfway through, forget it. James Wan's,
yeah. He's got carte blanche with like Warner Brothers now because of those Conjuring movies, and he's proven that he can do, like Fast and Furious. So he can do horror, he can do action, and he's been successful on both fronts.
Remember when people thought his career was dead after Death Sentence? They're all, James Wan, he's a washout.
yeah, because it was like Saw, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Saw, that's awesome!" And then he followed that up with Dead Silence and Death Sentence, and people were like, "Oh, I guess he's done."
Yeah,
and then Insidious came out, and he was back.
Yeah, he was back. Right on that jump scare wave for a long time now.
And I actually like Death Sentence. I don't think it's bad at all. I'm not a big fan of Dead Silence. I'm not a big fan of that one.
Hey,
but Death Sentence, I thought was pretty good.
Death Sentence looks better than the upcoming Death Wish movie.
I've not watched.
Don't do it, Piss. Don't watch the trailer. It's awful. It's so awful.
Yeah, I've
Master of Horror, Eli Roth's Death Wish remake.
Yeah, I've decided to steer clear from that trailer. I just want to pretend that movie doesn't exist.
No, you would puke if you saw it. Seriously, they play it up as a comedy. A comedy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, well, God. Let's see.
Kind of. It's like a dark comedy.
ACDC's Back in Black is playing.
Yeah.
And a movie called Death Wish. In the trailer.
Eli Roth. How does Eli Roth keep directing movies?
Because he sucked Tarantino's dick good.
I don't get it. I don't understand all the hype behind this new Hatchet movie. Everybody's blown their tops over a new Hatchet movie. I'm going.
It was like Victor Crowley, and I'm like, oh my God!
I just found that out today. Yeah, this is a sequel. 10 years later.
Yeah, it's called Victor Crowley, and people are like
Hatchet 4.
Yeah, people are like flipping out about it. And I'm going.
And Adam Green's directing again.
I don't want to be like that hipster horror movie / guy, but like the mainstream horror audience, I don't really like what they're into. Like everyone's sucking Eli Roth's
It's not
dick.
your cup of tea.
I don't think they're into Hatchet. I don't think they're into Hatchet. I don't think they've seen Hatchet.
No, I know a lot of people like convention goers who are into like they love Eli Roth, they love the Saw movies, shit like
one
that.
Of those.
Walking Dead, they love Walking Dead.
Walking Dead is a huge one. Yeah, like I call those normies. You know the term normies?
Normies. That's a good one, Orc. That's a good one.
I mean, I don't want to be an edgelord, but like they're like horror / internet user normies, and I'm not really a fan of normies.
An edgelord? What's an edgelord?
Edgelord.
Look it up. Okay.
Hold on. Let me go on the.
But yeah, it sounds hipsterish of me, but I'm not a fan of like anything I'm really into like normies. Like, oh wow, you like comic book movies? Did you see Spider-Man 3? It's pretty amazing, huh? I'm like, no, That's
Here's an edgelord. Edgelords are shocking, extreme, dark, brooding, and generally ridiculous people. They're super serious about how nothing matters and everything sucks, but they're kidding. That's according to geek.com. Let's see. Urban Dictionary defines an edgelord as a poster on an internet forum who expresses opinions which are either strongly nihilistic. They reference Tyler Durden or contain references to Hitler, Nazism, fascism, or other taboo topics which are deliberately intended to shock or offend readers.
Okay.
So, Orc, are you purposefully trying to be shocking?
Are you Tyler?
no, not on purpose. I don't hate mentally handicapped people as in retarded people, but I just fucking hate dumb people. And especially ones from North America. I really fucking hate dumb people from this country. From
specifically North America.
Yes. It's just like if I meet you and we're playing Call of Duty or something, let's just having a fun time, or maybe we're seeing Saw 17, who knows? And you're like, I like NASCAR and country music. I'm like, kill yourself. I'll take the soda and the popcorn, and and that's just how it is. Yeah.
So you're Tyler Durden.
A little bit. Let me ask you.
Cigarette Mars.
Let me ask you, Orc. I see you've got a pair of Sennheisers on. How are they? I know you've been saving up for those Sennheisers. How are they?
Ooh, they're amazing. Amazing. Sennheiser is the best headphone company you can buy. And then
what model are those?
598s.
598s. Okay. Yep. Well, and anybody who knows anything knows that Sennheiser's pure trash, and that if you want real quality headphones, Audio-Technica, baby.
Audio-Technica, number 2, baby. Number 2. They got those Japan parts though. I like my German engineering. Like I like my cars, Mercedes.
So you truly are an edgelord then.
Oh, edgelord to the max.
Okay, I get it.
If I'm putting on my headphones for a show, I mean, Audio-Technica is number 2 because these will never like fall apart. But yours should just be like, whoa, shit, they fall apart.
Orc is the Artie Lang of the Sausage Factory. Baba booey.
Artie Lang.
Do some modeling of those Sennheisers. Let's see if we can get them as a sponsor. Model those Sennheisers for us. Say something, Orc. Say something.
High quality audio.
Oh, that's a Facebook grab right there.
There you go. Sexy. Those are sexy.
Yep. No, but like real talk, audio help. A little bit of an audiophile. If you're not buying Sennheiser, Audio-Technica, or Bose, you're doing it completely wrong.
Wow. So between that and what was the other thing we were plugging earlier today, Piz? We could get.
What were we plugging earlier today? I don't remember.
You said contact you. It's for some advertiser spots.
I don't remember.
Well, this headphone company can contact us too.
Well, it's not even to me. It's not even an elitism type thing. It's just like people don't know what they're missing. If you go to Walmart and get $10 headphones and think they're awesome because they're purple, no, they fucking suck. You don't know what real sound sounds like. Like, I'm tired of just fucking dumb people. It pisses me off.
But if all you can afford is $10 purple headphones, that's okay, Orc. At least they can hear.
No, you can save up $40 and buy Sennheiser.
those Sennheisers were not $40.
Oh no, they weren't. That's why it took me 7 months to save up for.
Okay, I was gonna say those. Unless you got those at the flea market, those are not.
No.
Cost $40. I said, thank you, Stone. It was Totino's Pizza. Totino's Pizza, hit us up.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
I've eaten my share of Totino's. Totino's pizzas. Totino's pizza rolls. Totino's hit me up.
I want Totino's to provide me with insulin when I become a diabetic. That's what I want.
You could be sponsored by the insulin company, or or the syringe company, whatever the syringe company is.
The one that jacked up their prices 400%.
Dude, I was picking up my meds like a savage, like a true beast, at the local pharmacy. And I was like, I just asked them just a real talk question to the fullest. I was like, what's the most expensive medication that you guys sell if you don't have insurance? And then the guy said it was like for like Hep C or like chlamydia or some shit, and it cures it, but it costs like I think like $40,000 or something. Wow. Yeah, but it cures it though.
Wow. I want to say one thing real quick though. I love Lamborghini. I love Cadillac Escalades. I love Corvette Stingrays.
I love my iPhone.
Fiat suck though because you can't fit them, so they suck. Yep.
There you go. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, funny story. I was at the Walmart pharmacy. Why I choose to use Walmart as my pharmacy, because it's just an interesting social experiment to see people picking up their meds at Walmart. Anyway, there was an older gentleman arguing with the pharmacist, and I mean he was dressed in the stereotypical older gentleman garb. He had on he had on like sandals with khaki socks. He had on a pair of khaki shorts that were, I swear, like Daisy Dukes. And like a long sleeve shirt. It was just the weirdest thing. He's arguing with the pharmacist because he wants the pharmacist to give him a prescription that is stronger than what the doctor prescribed. And the pharmacist is trying to tell him, I can't just give you meds. I have to give you what the doctor prescribes in the dosage that the doctor prescribes. This old guy's like blown away that the pharmacist has to do this. And he is arguing and arguing and arguing. And there's a line forming. And it's the funniest thing. And then the pharmacist, then apparently there's some sort of nationwide back order on a specific blood pressure medicine that a lot of people use. I don't know what the deal is. But the pharmacist, so the guy goes from arguing, he wants his medication stronger than what the doctor's written him, and he expects the pharmacist to fulfill this. To, well, what about my blood pressure medicine? There's a nationwide back order on that. We won't get that in until next February. You're going to have your doctor write you a different prescription. The dude, he had a gun, we'd all been dead. He was red. He went off. But that's why I choose to get my meds filled at Walmart.
Dude, I've never seen Kentucky Fury in its finest, but I hope I never have to.
He was so just this old guy, and like I said, the sort of stereotypical old man garb, like Walmart is an interesting place sometimes.
I love going there.
You see some really interesting things in Walmart sometimes.
You see just like the backbone of America.
You see the rich and the poor come together because the rich want to save money too.
Walmart's not really the backbone of America. It's the tramp stamp of America.
Yeah. Nice meme. That's me.
Get on that, Orc. Make that meme.
There you go. Does anybody have anything that they would like to impart about the Joker standalone movie before we move on?
Are we going to see it? Do we want to see it?
I don't know. I mean, it's
I don't know. Made, but I don't want to see it.
It's I don't know. It's just weird. I don't.
Is there there's an audience for the Joker, but is there an audience for the Joker for a movie that doesn't tie in? I mean, like if they were doing this DCEU right now, and in the middle we got Christopher Nolan's trilogy, and then it went back to Ben Affleck, it would be so weird.
I won't see it just because I fucking hate the character. He's probably my most hated character in comics, just because how popular he is in pop culture. I fucking hate
overrated.
Him. Yeah, what'd you say?
You think he's overrated?
Overrated and just fucking dumb. Everyone tries to act like him and they dress up like him and shit, and I'm just like, you're fucking stupid. Like, stop being a little bitch. Like, just it's so stupid. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like Ledger was amazing. So was amazing. Nicholson was amazing, and they portrayed the character really well from adapting from the comics and the movies. But just how everyone just loves the Joker, I can't stand it. It's kind of like a Saw thing for me.
I mean, they say the best Batman movie in years is the Lego Batman movie. So.
That's true. Yep, that's true. That's what I've heard.
But like Bane's stupid fucking voice compared to the Joker, give me Bane any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Oh, you compliment me so well.
That's better than like, I've got lipstick on my face and I've got a fucking little pen in my fucking pocket. I'm gonna poke your eyeball out. Whoa, that's scary. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
But did you mention that Cole had something to say about?
Yeah, he'd left a little something.
People mentioned Cesar Romero in the comments. Yeah, he was great too. I love the fact that he never shaved his mustache; they just painted it over it.
That's right.
Here's what Cole had to say about a Joker origin story. A Joker origin story is more than just a bad idea. It's ridiculous and destructive. Even effing Alan Moore, an arrogant bastard, if there ever was one, knew not to try and create a definitive take on it. That's all he had to say.
Well, pretty true.
Not only on Joker, but on Alan Moore.
I wonder what would happen if like Cole got the keys to the DCEU for like 2 years. Like what those movies would look like.
It wouldn't be worse.
Yeah, that would be. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Because
that would be interesting.
I'd see it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you don't. I would just say I'd see it.
He wants to write like what his literally the dream thing he could write for would be the character Moon Knight and do a Netflix series for it. That's his favorite character, Moon Knight.
That's what they talk about. Yeah. I mean, on Collider Heroes,
yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Collider Heroes, the two top comic book guys, John Schnepp and Robert Meyer Burnett, that's what they want more than anything. Moon Knight, a Netflix series, you know. So
I'm kind of making hope it doesn't get made, because then Cole might just fucking lose his mind.
And it might happen too, because once Disney rips the cord of their videos off and they become Disney Netflix on another platform altogether, Netflix is going to need more and more content.
It's true. That's true.
Or more Amy Schumer.
She got $11 million for that freaking stand-up special.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Woo.
Wasn't that the thing? She wanted to be paid more than Dave Chappelle.
That's the reason why they got rid of the Netflix stars, because of her special. Yeah. She was getting 1 stars, and so Netflix took them off. You can't rate movies on Netflix anymore. They were hurting her feelings.
You give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Well, does anybody have anything they'd like to say in closing about any of the topics that we?
Well, in clothing, I mean, I like Rockaware. Fubu's pretty dank.
Look, if it's not true religion,
yeah,
it's not clothing.
Janko jeans, obviously.
Jinkos, of course.
Well, you mentioned Hatchet 4. It's going to suck ass. Adam Green, the ones I liked with Adam Green had nothing to do with Hatchet. They're Frozen or Digging Up the Marrow.
Yeah.
When it's Hatchet, I don't give a fuck.
Are we going to get Holliston season 3? What's going on with that?
What was it?
Are we going to get Holliston season 3?
This TV show with Joe Lynch.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Oh my God, it's Adam Green and Joe Lynch in a sitcom, a horror fan sitcom, in which they like hang out with their girlfriends and then they surround themselves with horror movie actors. I'm not kidding you. It's like the Big Bang Theory for like horror nerds.
Wasn't like the first season. It was one of the guys from Gwar, the band Gwar.
I don't know.
It was like his friend until he passed away, and I never seen some clips of it. But.
Holliston season 1 and 2.
Everyone's on Adam Green's dick. I really Frozen is an amazing movie. Everything else he's done is shit. That's not even like my inner edgelord coming out and saying that. That's just the truth.
I like Digging Up the Marrow. I liked it.
The thing is about Adam Green is that he's a really nice guy. So even if you see a movie of his and you don't like it or whatever, I'm always kind of rooting for him because he's always been a nice guy. Whereas like other people you meet that are total dicks and you make a movie you don't like, you're like, haha, good. These suck. But Adam Green, I feel kind of bad because I like him.
Isn't Eli Roth supposed to be really nice too? Like at conventions and stuff? Or
I don't know.
I mean, he's a horror fan, just like us, like a diehard horror fan. But
I don't think I've ever heard of him doing conventions. Like I could be wrong, but
he seems like one of those guys from Hostel. Like just one of those, hey dude, like, what's up, bro?
I don't know.
I don't know. If he's nice, that's good. I still don't like his movies, but
I feel exactly the same. Yeah.
it's cool if he's nice. I'm nothing personal against the guy. I just think he sucks as a director and writer.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
granted, that is personal, but that's not meant to be personal. I've seen his movies. I thought they sucked.
No, and then people will probably make like a response video to this video flaming you like Rambo, like they have so much like recently, because they're crying bitch baby faggots. But like, if you don't like someone's line of work and it sucks, then it sucks. Sorry, that's the truth.
But if Adam Green made a movie that Rambo liked, Rambo would say he liked the movie. I don't think he would just say automatically like it sucks.
Yeah, I liked Frozen, Digging Up the Mirror.
Yeah,
with Adam Green. So. But I hate everything, so what do I know?
But if you contribute a lot to Rambo's channel, he'll start giving movies more positive reviews. Right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you PayPal Rambo a certain amount of money, he will give anything a glaring review. So
yes.
So send him your independent film screeners now, and with a $50 check, and you can quote him on the poster.
Gotta go higher. $100.
Well,
$100.
I think that's how a lot of. I think that's how a lot of the big horror websites end up on. You know, some of those. Calling which one of them called Hatchet 2 like the greatest horror movie ever? Or the greatest slasher movie ever?
No, Blair. But yeah, there was that. There was but then also the
Bloody
Blair
Disgusting with Blair Witch.
Yeah, Blair Witch. It was the next film.
Game Changer.
Game Changer.
Like a channel changer.
There you go, Pizza. Channel changer. The Blu-ray.
Those sites are so bad, dude. Bloody Disgusting and Shock Till You Drop, like, and all those shitty sites. Like, I've been to them like maybe twice in my life. They're just so fucking terrible. And there's like so many ads. If you don't have ad blocker, holy shit, you better have your antivirus ready to scan the fuck out of your PC. Like how shitty is your website doing that you need like fucking 10 pop-up ads playing and another 10 like on the page itself? Like, give me a fucking break.
They're advertiser friendly.
Well, why do you think so many of these horror sites write about movies that came out 30, 40 years ago? Because no one cares about the movies that are coming out now.
That's true.
They want to read retrospectives about Dream Child. You know, so.
It's true.
Well, they can't talk about the same 4 movies over and over again.
And that may be why they try to hype a movie like, Hatchet or Victor Crowley or whatever to try and get people interested in newer movies, I guess. I don't know, but I just remember the insane amount of hoopla over the first Hatchet from all of these horror websites. Just praising it endlessly and like, oh, if you don't support this movie, you're not a true horror fan, and if you don't watch this movie, you're not a real horror fan. And then I watched it and I was like, God, this sucks. You know what I mean? And
it's true, people like them. It wasn't my cup of tea either. I mean,
I don't know if I've actually met anybody who liked them though. Everybody I've talked to about a Hatchet movie, they're like, oh God, it sucked. All of them. They're all like, oh, that sucked.
Two things I like: Daniel Harris and the gore. I'll give it those two. That's it.
But I remember even before that when websites were hyping up Cabin Fever and all that stuff, I was like, ugh. So that's what they do. They hype. But the problem is that same thing with the Blair Witch. What happened is, listen, it used to be there were writers that wrote about film, and that's what they did, and that was great. But then the writers, they become chummy with the filmmakers. They become friends. Then when their friends make a movie, all of a sudden their films get a lot of press coverage on their sites. And other people who make better quality films don't get the press, and it's just it's ridiculous. It is literally now it's always been who you know, but now it's like if you want the press, it's who you know as well.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure there's probably some payola changing hands there too.
It's probably some of they're friends and they don't want to be harsh on their friends. They're more kind on their friends, but yeah, I think money's a part of it too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then the website gets exclusive interviews and exclusive first looks and exclusive this and exclusive that
on set.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what's going on in the live chat. Caustic85 says the original Cabin Fever is cool. Yeah, I like the original Cabin Fever too. I liked Eli Roth's first 2 movies, and then from there it's been way downhill.
What about the Cabin Fever remake? They use the same script.
Not seen it. I've not seen it. Have not seen it.
Do you think it's better or worse than the Martyrs remake?
They made a Martyrs remake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
A PG-13 English North American remake.
Oh my God. I saw that they were making a North American remake of Inside.
Mm.
When's the remake of a Serbian film?
Oh, that's the one everybody's waiting for.
More baby rape.
There you go. Yeah. Let's see. Robert Bridget has subscribed. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. As well as Robert Yoder Sr. or Ronald Yoder Sr. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stone Gassman says, I can't wait to hear William Shatner's Two-Face. That would be very interesting. That'd be very
there's an animated movie coming out with Adam West, Batman, and William Shatner's Two-Face.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was kind of.
There's a Adam West last movie. It's an animated film where he's the voice of Batman and William Shatner's the voice of Two-Face.
Okay.
They did a one before that called, I think it's called Return of the Cape Crusaders or whatever like that,
Yeah.
and it's hilarious. They bashed the Nolan films left, right, and center in that film.
Wow. Stone Gassman says they were talking about a James Bond universe too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell they do. What, a Money Penny movie or something?
Goldfinger.
No idea.
More like Brownfinger.
They could do Christopher Walken. He could reprise his role with Grace Jones. An origin tale.
First Power 100 says, well, Todd Phillips did befriend John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, when he did the film on Gigi Allen. So he does have a history with psycho clowns. So that could give him some cred.
And Todd Phillips was the original director of Borat before he was fired midway through production.
Ah, okay. I'm not seeing a lot of love for Jared Leto's Joker in the comment section either.
Well, it's probably that damage tattoo right on his forehead. They probably did it. That was the turning point.
I think that did it.
How on the nose do you have to be to write damage on his forehead?
No idea. Oh gosh.
Honestly, I'm surprised that he's even in any of the DCEU movies coming forward because he bashed the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So
yeah. He bashed it. He bashed it pretty good. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised they've decided to keep him on, but whatever.
That's how we all feel at whatever.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Whatever, man. Whatever. New Blade Runner movie. Okay, I'll go watch it.
After Alien Covenant, I'm not looking forward to it.
Right.
I don't know. It comes out. The new It comes out in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go watch it. I'm excited about it, but I don't know. Well, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. And thanks to everybody who hung out in the live chat and chatted with us during the course of the show. We appreciate it. It was definitely a fun time. And if you guys are not following the Sausage Factory, head over to the Sausage Factory, youtube.com, one of the Sausage Factory, or it's in my the Funky Bunch list of channels on my channel page. And we do basically this every Thursday on the Sausage Factory, and we are going to come back with season 6 very, very soon of the show. So if you guys are not following the Sausage Factory, you definitely should. Check out, if you're on VidMe, check out my VidMe. It's vid.me/Pizow. Cameron is on VidMe as well. What's your VidMe, Cameron?
It is, where am I? There I am. VidMe /Obnoxious and Anonymous, all one.
There we go. There we go. All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Again, thanks to everybody who joined me. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. We appreciate it. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys again soon. Peace.
Bye.